There's no doubt that politicians rake in a lot of money.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank.
Representing a country has its pros and cons, but for a guy like Sergey Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, there's definitely more perks than downsides. The dude's been in office since 2004. The money just doesn't stop coming in. Let's take a look into how he spends this money, shall we? Come on, mansions are a staple of every millionaire's life. Lavrov is no exception, and his multiple properties are proof of this. First of all, as a top government official, he's required to submit a statement of income every year. This chalks up to about 6 to 10 million rubles every year. To break it down for you, that's about $136,000 each year. That's only what he and his wife earn collectively, though. His job as a foreign minister definitely brings in even more dough. The Insider revealed that Lavrov owns high-end real estate that's worth more than $8.2 million. Talk about impressive assets. On top of all that, what's a politician's life without a little scandal? That's right, folks. We get a peek into his loaded lifestyle by the trips and visits he takes round the world with his supposed mistress, Svetlana Polyakova. Vacationing around the world where you own luxury apartments wherever you go? That's the life of Sergei Lavrov. According to flight records, he and his mistress make frequent trips to his London home in the posh area of Kensington. The mansion Lavrov owns there is worth £4.4 million and has the look of old money all over it. We're talking red brick exterior, Roman pillars, and large, well-kept lawns at the front and the back. In a castle-looking mansion about 4 stories high, Lavrov lives it up every time he lands in London. It's got elevators, porters, all the stuff you can imagine a mansion would require. Not to mention the fleet of luxury cars in the garage. This is just London, mind you. With his mistress on his arm, he's seen at the most expensive residential area ever in Moscow. Yep, Lavrov owns a flat in Treshenka 13. It's often called the Golden Mile because of how expensive and lavish it is, housing the many influential businessmen of Russia. Even Leonid Nicholson, the richest man in Russia, owns property there. This one's a bit more contemporary in its interior. Think of Kim Kardashian and Kanye's all-white monochrome mansion they showed off in an interview. It's got that same vibe, even though the exterior seems pretty old school. You best believe Lavrov's got the new money look too. Since we know Lavrov owns properties in the UK and Russia, he's very much into vacationing the world beyond, too. iStories reports that Lavrov bankrolls his and his mistress's lavish trips every year. He has splurged on luxury private cruises and trips to Greece, France, and Italy. And of course, he's checked off on owning a private yacht, too. Now, this isn't just a yacht, it's a super yacht. Lavrov's politician status and big money gives him access to any yacht he wants, especially one named Clio. This yacht is frequently rented by Lavrov and his lady on the side. What's more is this one is owned officially by the Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska. It's a $26 million yacht with an extra boat called Sputnik. Imagine how rich you gotta be to name your luxury yachts. The size is massive, and we mean gigantic. With a crew of 26 people, you can imagine all the luxury rooms, buffets, and champagne Lavrov enjoys at his fingertips. There's even a pool on there, which really puts this yacht up there with a cruise. Not gonna lie, being rich and famous gets you connections everywhere. Want to try a different yacht for this month's vacation? Well, you best believe Sergei Lavrov has more options. He was seen vacationing in another super yacht in 2021, this time in Turkish waters. This one's named Saluzi, and is worth 260 million rubles. That's $4 million US. The cherry on top is, this yacht's even personalized with a colorful floral pattern on its side. This makes it noticeable from miles away, so the paparazzi had no problem capturing pics of Lavrov lounging on some expensive sun chairs on the yacht. The Salusi usually sails for 11 days, but Lavrov took a much longer excursion. Just goes to show you he can take an extended getaway anywhere and anytime he pleases. Lavrov's partial to just strolling around the city when he vacations too. Don't get us wrong, he sure loves the $1 million yacht life, but he's also gone to Japan, Switzerland, and Portugal to see the sights. All on his private jet, of course. In a 2018 trip to Japan, Lavrov was in Tokyo, Japan with Deripaska. Hey, millionaires keep within their own circles, apparently. There, he was spotted with an adult film actress, Ekaterina Labanova, in a picture outside a high-end Japanese restaurant. Let's say Lavrov doesn't just have a taste for the finest sushi in Japan. Labanova has been spotted round the arm of many Russian oligarchs, Deripaska included. Not to mention at the most elite restaurants in Tokyo ever. Lavrov has been spotted enjoying the finest handcrafted sushi and calamari at the Aragawa, a Japanese restaurant that's been around since 1967. Without a doubt, this place is a staple for any elite traveling to Japan for its cuisine. With 2 Michelin stars, it's all the rage amongst millionaires. Just look at the menu. $440 Wagyu beef made from the most pampered, sake-fed cows in Japan. The bill per head almost ends up around $900. Receipts don't lie. Lavrov likes to wine and dine like it's the last day on Earth. With that kind of money, we're sure he can lounge and enjoy all the best foreign cuisines there are. Lavrov's image as a family man in Russia before his scandal with his mistress was big. He's 71, married, with a kid. Of course he's going to fund his wife and daughter's endeavors. Granted, he's a player. With that attitude in mind, he's also obviously going to fund his stepdaughter's life too. You heard us. Polina Kovaleva is the 26-year-old daughter of Lavrov's mistress, Polyakova. In an expose by iStories, we find that her huge luxury flat isn't really hers, it's Lavrov's. Plus, this apartment isn't even in Russia, it's in London. Also in Kensington, one of the poshest areas in London. This one's at a whopping $5 million. What's more, it was paid fully in cash. Cash! We'll let you imagine how many briefcases of dollar bills that'd be. Just in walking distance of this flat is Roman Abramovich's London mansion. Yes, the owner of the Chelsea Football Club. Football fans, this one's for you. That's all for today's video. What do you think of Sergei Lavrov's millionaire lifestyle? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.